A new report by media monitoring groups says the Lebanese government and opposition have more in common than they think. Using direct quotations from Lebanon's main political players, the report may give hope for a political breakthrough in the country. Lebanon has been gripped by months of political turmoil. There have been demonstrations on the streets, political mudslinging and sectarian assassinations. Things have been so bad that some have predicted a return to the factional infighting and civil war that plagued the country from 1975 to 1990. The government says the opposition is backed by Syria and is trying to mount a coup against the elected authority. On the other hand, the opposition says the government is beholden to the West and isn't responsive to the majority of the people. But Arab Media Watch says that despite all the rhetoric, there is a lot of common ground between the two parties.
The reason why we did this report was that there's this perception that the opposing sides are so far apart that there is absolutely no way of reconciling them. Whereas in fact on the major issues generally there is common ground. It is in certain details that there might be divisions, and I think this was our point, that to show that the stalemate is not as impossible as people assume it is.
Arab Media Watch's report says that both sides insist there must be a peaceful resolution to the crisis through political dialogue without a resort to arms. Both sides say the government is capable of absorbing all political factions. And both sides believe that Israel has no right to violate Lebanese airspace or territorial waters.
Well, I think the important thing to highlight is that there's been very little violence between them. There have been attempts at dialogue. There are still attempts to nurture dialogue. And the important thing, and this has been stated not just in words but in deeds, that there has not been, apart from certain incidents, there has not been a return to civil war or any violence of that seriousness.
Yet the impasse lingers on and the mutual distrust grows. So far, it's not descended into full-scale conflict, but the prospect still looms large.